Hi everyone, welcome to the Simplify LLC channel. In this video, we will talk about what a sole proprietorship is. Let's begin. You have an excellent business idea and are ready to go. But before you launch, you realize that you have so many things to do. The first thing on the agenda is deciding your legal business structure. While you could choose to set up as a limited liability company, or LLC, you could also operate as a sole proprietorship. So, what is a sole proprietorship exactly? Let's cover what it is and what it isn't. A sole proprietorship is an informal, unincorporated business structure with only one business owner. You choose this structure if you work for yourself and represent your business. As a sole proprietor, you are responsible for all aspects of the sole proprietorship that you run. A sole proprietorship is also a classification used by the Internal Revenue Service to determine your business taxes. For example, most self-employed individuals report freelance income as sole proprietors on their personal income tax returns, as do members of LLCs. So why choose to form a sole proprietorship? There are several reasons. It's a good choice for some. First off, it's easy to form a sole proprietorship. There's no need to register with the state, file paperwork, or pay any fees. Just perform the work of your business, report the income and expenses, and that's it. Easy. And since it's just you running the show, there's no bureaucracy. So there's no need for an operating agreement, and there are no company bylaws needed. Secondly, you're in total control of the show. You receive all profits and deduct business expenses on your tax returns. Third, handling your accounting and filing your taxes is simple. You just use Schedule C with your tax returns to report the income and expenses for your business. The IRS has a simple list of the forms you'll need to file as a sole proprietorship, including self-employment tax forms and forms for specific industries. Unlike incorporated businesses, you don't have extra state taxes, making your accounting really simple. Last and certainly not least, you have several deductions available for business expenses and losses, offsetting your reportable income. But don't get ahead of yourself. You need to know the good and the bad. So let's discuss the disadvantages of a sole proprietorship. First up is personal liability. As you aren't separated from your business, you are responsible for its liabilities. If your business can't pay debts, creditors can come after your personal assets. If an unhappy customer decides to file suit, it will be against you. So it's all on you. Next up, as a sole proprietorship, you have limited fundraising options. Corporations can sell interest in the entity or shares of the company. You don't have that, meaning you'll usually end up applying for a business loan. And when you go to apply for a loan, the bank may view you as a high-risk borrower. Moving on, selling your company is nearly impossible. A sole proprietorship isn't a separate legal entity. You could always change the structure or sell the business's assets, but it cannot be sold as a separate entity and remain the same business structure. And finally, credibility issues may rise. Some people see sole proprietorships as side hustle, part-time businesses, rather than serious small business entities. This may especially be true when you operate under your legal name. File for a DBA to help with that. So, who should form a sole proprietorship? If you want to just get started and form a simple business structure, a sole proprietorship could be for you. In fact, 70% of US businesses are sole proprietorships, which includes freelancers, consultants, e-commerce store owners, photographers, and independent contractors. So then how does a sole proprietorship compare to other business structures? Well, I'm glad you asked. A sole proprietorship is an informal business structure. It doesn't come with the legal protections offered by incorporated entities. But they also don't have to file formation documents to get started. Corporations are separate taxable entities that multiple shareholders own. A limited liability company is a registered business structure formed under state laws. It is a separate legal entity with one or more owners. The company itself becomes liable for debts and legal claims. Partnerships are similar to sole proprietorships as they are both unincorporated, but there are at least two business owners involved in a partnership. If you run your business under a trade name, you can register a DBA with the state. Doing so links the operational name you use with customers and your sole proprietorship. So, how do you form your sole proprietorship? There's no formal process. You become a sole proprietor when you get paid as a contractor for doing work. You report business income on a Schedule C with your income tax return and pay tax on the income at your personal tax level. Ensure that you get all the licenses and permits required before performing the services or selling the products you provide. Check with the SBA for more information on what you will need for your business. Open a business banking account to keep your accounting separate and simplify your tax reporting. Now on that, it's also important to note that not all banks will let sole proprietorships open a business account. They can still open a separate bank account, which is a good idea, but it may not be a business account. So to wrap this up, remember a sole proprietorship is the default business type for a business run by one person. You don't need to form a sole proprietorship. As soon as you profit from activity, you're in business. Report your income and expenses on your tax return. And know that you are personally liable for all debts and obligations for your sole proprietorship. Well, that's it for us today. Thanks for taking a look at what a sole proprietorship is. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Don't hesitate to leave any comments. Also, feel free to check out www.simplifyLLC.com for more information. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.